Okay.
We need permission to start the video. The host has stopped the video.
Yes, we cannot start the video.
Sonali, can you give the permission? Ma'am, we are just checking that.
Yeah. Before you go live,
I think we can make the all of them the co-host, and that way the video will start. I'm not sure why it's not working.
So can you please check with the technical person over there? Because
okay, let me just.
Okay, so we'll start the session. I'm Kapil here. The host of this session, and I'm heading the growth and strategy in the BrightCHAMPS. So first of all, I welcome all the esteemed panelists. You have taken your time, your precious time for this specific session. So I welcome Ardhana ma'am, Dr. Amita ma'am, and Roopali ma'am for this session. And so let's begin this session. So the theme and the topic of this session is entrepreneurship education. So coincidentally, today is the NEP day as well, right? So NEP has finished 3 years, right? If we talk about entrepreneurship education, I think NEP has specifically emphasized on the entrepreneurship education, and so as per NEP, entrepreneurship education should be inculcated in the schools as early as possible, right? So we'll brainstorm, certain, you can say points regarding entrepreneurship education, regarding how we can, what's the benefits, why we should implement entrepreneurship education, and what's the benefit the students will get, and also some sort of challenges, and also the solution of those challenges regarding entrepreneurship education. So, okay, so I'll start with Dr. Amita ma'am, right?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning. Very good morning.
Ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. So, ma'am, first of all, very important point is, as NEP has already emphasized on entrepreneurship education, but as per your view, what is the right time? How soon we can start entrepreneurship education at the school level? I'm talking about the specific age group or the grades. What's your viewpoint on this?
See, the thing is, the goal of this NEP and especially entrepreneurship is to equip young individual with the capabilities and confidence so that they can identify the opportunities and innovation and take risk in life, and they should be in a condition that they create value through entrepreneurial endeavor. And they should be risk taker leaders, creative minds, and whatever they have in life, they should be the challenger takers and seekers. If any problem is there, they should be the solvers. They should not think that we should go to somebody and somebody should help us. So NEP says then when we are giving education, it should be, earlier it was learning by doing. Now it is, we are not looking for people who are job seekers. We are looking for people who are job creators. So we have to seek, I suppose we have to put that, बोलते हो नींव का पत्थर लगना चाहिए. अगर आप शुरू से ही स्ट्रांग हो तो अगर आपका पत्थर बेस का स्ट्रांग है तो नींव बहुत अच्छी रहेगी. सेम वे इफ वी थिंक कि जो हमारे बच्चे हैं, if they are entrepreneurs, we have to put the base मजबूती के साथ में. So we have to start off the initial stages में ही ये education we have to implement.
Great, ma'am. Great. I mean, it's very important inputs you have shared regarding entrepreneurship. So if we, I'll just emphasize on that particular question. So which grade you think, from which age group it should start at the school level?
See, now we are talking about NEP. I am an army officer's wife. We go from place A to place B. When I was 18 years back, now we are saying we'll go and delve into entrepreneurship. But I have seen 18 years back in Faizabad, there was a school. And in the school, what they had created, that they had generated this leadership quality and what is the use of money and what is the value of that. So they had started with the fake currency, or if you get in the campus any plastic bags or any polythene bag, you have to deposit it in the canteen and you'll get something. Yes. So that was not a lalach ki aap saaf karo campus ko. That was that they know that if this is a fake currency, so ye ek fake currency mujhe mili hai. They knew by that time ki agar hum isko ek ko dete hain canteen mein, to is ek ki kitni value hai hamare liye. Yes. So that was way back 18 years. And now if we think 18 years, time and leaps, bounds have changed. Now if we think how to create, there are many ways. We have to put in our kids, we have to, I suppose 5th, 6th standard is the base when we have to give them the independence. Kyunki create your own team. Whether it is kabaddi, whether it is kho-kho, whether it is badminton, whether it is any, let them go, let them take the initiate. If we are organizing any function in the school, let them take the lead. They'll say, ma'am, can I do? Yes, you can do. So let them hold the mic. Let them talk. Don't go after them that you have to go in this particular language only. Let them open up. Let them speak, like we are from Maharashtra. Let them speak in Marathi. Let them speak in Hindi. Let them speak in English. Because now we have a barrier that if you speak in English, you will be great. Everybody will be influenced. Everybody will be a fan. Let them talk. I've seen in my school, I give them chance. They are from Marathi background. They are doing wonders. First, they have that hitch. Oh, I'll be able to speak. But then let them be leaders. Let them decide how this function will go. If they are organizing, let it go their way, how they want to do, how they are organizing teams. We have done induction program recently. So in induction program, more than teachers, students were curious. They conducted their teams. They were sitting there in the reception. They were doing the MCs. They were sorting out the programs, how and where to make students sit. That is the leadership qualities. That is the skill which we are looking for. And if in a छोटी सी अवस्था में अगर हम उनको ये चीज सिखा देते हैं, of course then they will grow up in the sessions, because fifth class se to koi business ko aayega nahi na karna kisi ko, but if they know these small things, ki how we'll go, how we'll sort out things, how I'll be a leader, how I can organize these things, of course when they will gradually go to the bigger classes, they will know these things also, how to manage their business management.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your inputs. So let's take this session forward. I just will go to the other panelist, Ardhana ma'am. First of all, welcome Ardhana ma'am for this session. So we'll discuss in more detail that as even Amrita ma'am also shared many other benefits of entrepreneurship. Let's, as per you, what do you think that if we inculcate this entrepreneurship education at an early stage in the school, what other benefits students will get, right? If we start this education as early as possible in the school. What do you think?
Thank you, Kapil. Kapil, first of all, we must be clear about what you mean by entrepreneurship education. We often confuse it with financial literacy, which is not true. Because actually, who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who makes money by starting or running business. So because definition says this, we think that entrepreneurship education is about business. No, it's not. Entrepreneurship education is not about business at all. It is about developing the entrepreneurship mindset. Like Amita also said, all that she has said is about creating a mindset. It is not about making them businessmen. It's like, nowadays everybody wants to become a doctor or engineer. It's not that NEP wants to make everybody a businessman. Everybody should have a startup. It's not about that at all. When we have the entrepreneurship mindset, that is when no matter what the child does, he will be a problem solver. He will be a creative thinker. He will get into, thinking out of the box. He'll be able to do independent creative work, no matter what field he is in. So entrepreneurship education is obviously a very proactive and advantageous step by NEP. Now, initially, I belong to that generation who did higher secondary. So when this +2 system had not come in, we did 9th, 10th, 11th, we did our own subject, science, arts, and commerce, whatever. Now, after I passed out, this vocational training and, a +2 came about. Now, at that time, that was that NEP. Came so many years ago. It was in the, I think, mid-70s. So now the idea of the government was, even that time, was excellent. Why +2 came about? A lot of people have forgotten also how +2 came about. They just take it for granted. But because I belong to that generation, I know why +2 came. See, everybody wanted white-collar jobs. Everybody wanted a desk job. Everybody was becoming a doctor, engineer. And these institutes were, mushrooming all over the place. Then they were getting no jobs. So the government said, okay, after 10th, we bifurcate these children into the academic stream and the vocational stream. So the +2 was not meant to be what it's become. It was meant for children who went into the vocational stream. Either they went to the vocational stream or for higher education, they went into these studies. Now, where was the problem? The problem was, this idea was very good. But in our Indian system, like if you tell me that, your son is not doing very well, let him become a carpenter, let him become a plumber. Our social system does not allow that. Nobody wanted their sons and daughters to take these professions. You see, abroad, it's a very sought after, vocational skills are very sought after. In India, Absolutely. We don't give it status. So as a result, what happened, all the 10th class students went into academics. It didn't serve any purpose because these people did one more year, added one more year, but actually did nothing. They were still going in the same thing. Nobody wanted to take on any skill. Nobody wanted to take on any vocation. Now, again, after so many years, they are again foreseeing that the jobs are very few. So now they want to, it's got this fancy name of startups. What are startups? Startups are new ideas. Again, now these young people are going abroad, they're studying in universities abroad, and you now see young people giving the vocational training a bit of status. So that this program really helps. So probably the time was not right then. The time is becoming better now because we are getting more exposed to global education and we are accepting these kind of skill training. So from that point of view, I'm sure it will work and I hope it works because it's an excellent idea. Now, when you say when to start it, there is no age group to start. When do you teach a child, to think creatively? Fifth, by fifth. Why not fourth? Why not third? So it's right from the time when the child enters school. He is made to think out of the box. He is made to be creative. So this is where our project-based learning has come in. Now, again, we confuse project-based learning with making projects. Making projects was going on in school. Now, with this project-based learning, I'm finding it very difficult to have the teachers change the mindset, because they still think that it's making projects. It's not making projects. It is, doing something which will be useful in their day-to-day lives, which is more real and which is not about, having project exhibitions. So that particular concept starts from even pre-primary. We are doing it in a pre-primary section, project-based learning. In that, they're doing small activities and they're made to think. Their, motor development, their psychological development, their mental development, everything is taken care of by means of certain games, certain activities. So it starts really then. So, it's not the business acumen that comes later, depends on the interest of the child. As he grows up, maybe 7th, 8th, 9th, if a child is interested, that is when financial literacy comes in. Then it's like science, financial literacy, anything. So that either he takes it up as a hobby or he takes it up as a profession. But the basics are developed right from preschool.
Great, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And you have raised very important points. I have jotted down some points. First of all, you have mentioned that entrepreneurship is a mindset, and that is the objective we need to, take it forward whenever we are talking about entrepreneurship education. And the same thing, we also do as a BrightCHAMPS when we take sessions in the schools. I personally take sessions in the schools. And that's a myth, actually, what I have experienced personally whenever I take sessions with the parents and with the students. What they think entrepreneurship is only meant for the students who is planning, who is pursuing for the business studies, right, or for the commerce, right? But actually, that's what even our objective is. Entrepreneurship is a mindset, as you mentioned correctly, right? Entrepreneurship is a mindset that we need to develop in the student as early as possible. There is no any specific age for that. And this is not only just starting a business, which you have rightly mentioned. It is not just only a business, starting a business. It is through entrepreneurship programs, we actually, the students actually, inculcate different life skills, as you rightly mentioned, that leadership skills, problem solving skills they learn, right? And you have very well connected with the, vocational subjects, right? But that was not implemented in a proper manner, which was supposed to be, right? And now, it's a very fancy word, entrepreneurship or a startup, because now the Shark Tank also has come into picture, and the students are so very fond of the Shark Tanks. And I think this is what I personally think. This is the role of a school or a teachers, and even like the companies like BrightCHAMPS and other companies, to take the objective in a proper manner, right? See, because right now the youth is going to the wrong direction. They're thinking about valuation. They're thinking about money, earning a lot of money through startups. But this is actually not a BrightCHAMPS. So, Roopali ma'am, the same thing. I'll just take this concern forward, right? So, how, in your sense, how we can just remove that myth that the entrepreneurship is not just starting a business. It is actually learning a very important life skills at the school age, apart from academics. So, what is your thought about this, ma'am?
Yes. First of all, let me tell you that I do have a background from the industry also.
Oh, great.
And I've been what do you say, working with some MNCs and as well as schools. So and I have been also training some children in entrepreneurship, a small courses and all. So seeing that,
That's nice.
I feel that though NAP is being implemented in our schools, this
Hmm.
NAP which is related to entrepreneurship is,
Hmm.
the government is focusing more on children who are in college, or say your polytechnic or your IIT or your
Absolutely.
other skills actually.
Hmm.
But at school level, there is nothing which we can see what the government is trying to implement.
Hmm.
And but I really feel, as the way Aradhana ma'am has told, that it should come down to a step lower also, or probably even pre-primary, because it is an important element of our what do you say, economy.
Hmm.
And I feel generations to generations, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे बोला है जॉब करना है, और उनके पेरेंट्स ने बोला था उनको जॉब करना है. So this thing is being inherited in our society, that it's job what we want to do, but the scenario is changing now.
Hmm.
It's a bit different now. And these skills which I feel, I think when you start as early as possible is better. And
Hmm.
to tell very frankly, if you see a Marwadi or a person who is having a shop of your banya or your provisions, they don't get any what do you say, actual some training also, but they are very good businessmen that way,
Hmm.
if you see. But
Hmm.
if we try and do something, or if we try and inculcate these skills in our syllabus, or if we try to imbibe them in our what do you say, school level, this thing, definitely there will be a lot of difference. And this change, bringing this change, is a very what do you say, big process. You just cannot say that come on, let's implement this in our schools or this thing. But
Hmm.
it has to happen gradually, level by level. And a little more syllabus change is needed in this, I feel. And as rightly said, mindset,
Hmm.
definitely yes, you need to have this type of a mindset in the children also, to create that, and to have an atmosphere in which is favorable, in which they can probably try and these things
Hmm.
get created over there. I think these have to be
Yeah.
implemented in the
Hmm.
schools. That is what I
Great.
feel.
Great, ma'am. So you have rightly ended this. I mean, at the end you mentioned the implementation. So let's discuss. Now we came to know that entrepreneurship is important, and that kind of mindset should be developed as early as possible. Now we'll talk about more on a implementation part, right? So as personally also, as we have been working in this area for past many years, we have seen that we have faced certain challenges, right? uh, when we when we try to implement such we can say such programs at the school level. So we'll discuss certain challenges, right? How to implement, and we'll discuss about the solution as well. So we'll discuss the challenges in four areas, right? First of all, the curriculum part, right? The curriculum is very important, the content, right? So, ma'am, this is very important. I'll discuss with Radha ma'am once again. So, what do you, in your views, ma'am, first of all, do you think that there should be any structured curriculum for entrepreneurship? And if the structured curriculum is required, then how do we create a structured curriculum for entrepreneurship, just like any other academic subject like mathematics and science, English?
I don't believe there should be any structured curriculum for entrepreneurship education, but
Okay.
the present curriculum should be structured on entrepreneurship. You see, there's a difference. It's not a subject.
Hmm.
You can have financial literacy as a subject, but you cannot have entrepreneurship as a subject. The whole curriculum of education should be structured such that it promotes entrepreneurship. To me, entrepreneurship is not just having a business or having a shop or having a startup. A doctor can be enterprising. What we say is enterprising. An enterprising person is one who will, be creative in any situation, who will think out of the box in any situation, who will make the best of what he's got in any situation. It could be a doctor, it could be an engineer, it could be a chartered accountant, it could be a business person, it could be a beautician, it could be anybody. So it is the spirit of entrepreneurship which has to be, put in the curriculum so that the methods of instructions change. The methods become such when children become, independent. They learn problem solving. So NEP has come up with a lot of these kind of ideas. I'm an ardent promoter of something called flip learning. So I talk about it a lot. And flip learning in my school, I started this school about 18 years ago. And when I started it, I used this method, flip learning, in my school because I intrinsically believed in it. That time I didn't know it was called flip learning. So it was like a method of teaching. And today I know it's called flip learning with the NEP. That much education has come. We got a new term, but wonderful method. What is flip learning? That the students actually do, and then they discover, then they discuss, peer learning happens. And all that, after all that, they present the chapter or they present the topic in class. The teacher becomes a guide where the teacher just sort of steers them. They shouldn't go haywire. That's all the teacher's role. So the teacher has to be doubly educated because, when students research a topic, they will go to various sources and they will find out much more than you expected them to find because they're not just confined to the books. So it's not that the teacher's role is negated. It's become more important. But yet what is happening is children are learning independent work. Children are learning to solve problems. Children are learning teamwork. And leaders come out. The followers come out. We don't need all leaders in a society. We need people who can follow, people who can, do the work. So, they get their own spaces. And gradually they find their talents in other spaces. This is entrepreneurship because they become enterprising. If one solution does not work, they can think of another solution. So most of our children, most of our adults are not able to do that. They learn multitasking. How many adults can do it? Today, even the teachers, adults cannot do it because we are so used to cramming from books and giving exams. So from that point of view, whatever NEP is coming up with, if it can be implemented in spirit and in, literally, it will be the most fantastic thing to happen because it is woken up actually to education. So for me, it is fostering leadership, teamwork, entrepreneurial mindset. How? By taking initiative, by being adaptive. A lot of people have such fixed ideas, even adults, they just don't change. So, this is very important in real life. So when students like this come up in curriculums which are, designed like this, and they come from institutions where they're encouraged to do all this, they become entrepreneurs, no matter what profession they take. So like in Shark Tank, like you were mentioning, you come up with these, absolutely people you won't even imagine that, they could do something, and they come up with such fantastic ideas because they have let their minds open.
Absolutely.
Teach in our schools also. So there's no curriculum. Probably as they grow, 8, 9, 10, they want to take up financial literacy. Sure enough, want to become just like they take up science, they take up commerce, they can do that. But in every field, entrepreneurship is the essence of the curriculum.
Great, ma'am. Very insightful thoughts you have shared, right? And you have raised a very important point. That is the role of a teacher, right? So I'll take that point forward and let's move on to Dr. Amita, ma'am. So what do you think, ma'am, that the role of a teacher in the implementation of entrepreneurship? Do you think that the existing teachers, right, take that responsibility? Or do you think that we have to outsource some other resources from outside, third party, to inculcate entrepreneurial mindset in the school?
See, effective teacher training is essential for the success of the implementation of this entrepreneurial education in schools.
Okay.
As we know that educators, we have a pivotal role in shaping the students' mindsets and skills. So it is crucial for us to equip the teachers with relevant knowledge, expertise, and confidence, which they needed when we are teaching this entrepreneurship effectively. So we have to understand what the teacher, they need to understand what basically this entrepreneurship is. They should be exposed to the real life entrepreneurs, like practical insights into the challenges and rewards, and making their teaching more relevant and related to the students. So they should have the business knowledge and skills when they are teaching the students. There should be experimental learning for teachers. First-hand experience will enhance their understanding, and they will be in a better position to foster this entrepreneurial mindset. So we should have pedagogical techniques, and we should incorporate some technologies. We should design curriculum pertaining to this particular subject, because without designing any particular subject, teachers cannot go ahead. As you know, teachers are loaded, so they don't know which way to go. So if we have a curriculum, then they know we have to lead this way. We have to promote creativity and risk-taking factor in. Then we have to connect with the entrepreneurial ecosystems. We have to go with the professional development of the teachers. We have to go for their time-to-time seminars, webinars, their FDPs, their trainings. Then we have to give them the mentorships. We have to give them the support. So if we want the teacher should be the torch bearer, so first we have to, I suppose, give powers and give teachers the training that way, so that they can lead their students in a proper way.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll just share my experience, because say initially, even in BrightCHAMPS also, we started a teachers training program for the entrepreneurship, right? But unfortunately, it didn't get very successful, because the kind of impact we were looking for, right? So teacher, because as you rightly mentioned, teachers are already very occupied, already very burdened, because they have their own responsibilities on their specific subjects, right? They have to complete their curriculum, their academic curriculum. And sometimes teachers be a little bit reluctant to take, the new learnings, or especially the entrepreneurship kind of learning, which they're not very much equipped. That's why later on we started that we only provide our own instructor, or our own, you can say, we only train our own instructor and will send to the schools to conduct these programs. So that's what I again reframe this question once again, and anybody from your side, you can answer this question. That sometimes I have seen in the schools, they conduct such programs in the school premises from their own teachers, but that kind of impact won't be generated after the end of the program, because see, entrepreneurship is a kind of program, it requires a lot of positive vibes, right? When we deliver this program, and teachers are already equipped, already burdened with so many other their own responsibilities. So they would not be able to deliver it in a proper way. So how do we cope up this challenge? Anybody? It's an open question to you.
First of all, I would like to interrupt you there. I really find this whole mindset of ours is wrong. We are training teachers to give entrepreneurship training. We have to train them, or teach them to be entrepreneurs themselves, which means they have to be enterprising. How is a teacher enterprising? When a teacher feels that, oh gosh, another subject I have to teach, where is the enterprise? I, as a teacher, with my workload, I have to make my students entrepreneurs. I must be enterprising enough to settle my workload such that I can juggle things and make it happen. There is no such thing as time nahi mila. There is no restriction. Time management is what is lacking. So what we are not teaching our teachers is, when we tell them anything about project-based learning, we are also struggling with it. the teacher said, ma'am, पहले बता दो करना क्या है. If I am going to tell you करना क्या है, then where are you teaching the enterprise? So it is when they learn to think कि करना क्या है, कैसे करना है, and gradually, now they know what I expect. So gradually they are coming around, and they know that we have to plan, we have to juggle. And let me tell you, you have to tell the teachers, like I often tell them, I said, all of us have got 24 hours. So does Prime Minister Modi. If he can run the country in 24 hours, we jolly well can run our homes and school. So you see, how is he doing it? He is an entrepreneur. He is enterprising. He knows what are the priorities, where to, I'm just taking, it's not political. I'm just taking one person as an example because we know how much he works and what all he does. Any prime minister, any head of the country for that matter. So when they can run a country like this is called enterprise. He's not running a business. He's running the country. Yes. That is enterprise. The teachers also have to learn. There is no, when we give them set curriculums, okay, ye padhana hai, then it becomes a subject. It's not a subject. Entrepreneurship is not a subject. Financial literacy is a subject. If they're teaching that, yes, then they need to be knowledgeable. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. They have to encourage children to be independent. How do they do that? Same chapter, what they are teaching, teach it in a different way, or let the students, learn it in a different way, have more participation. That is how they will get it. They don't have to do anything extra. They just have to change their own mindset.
Great, man. Great, man. It's very insightful thought and would be helpful for us as well, right? When we go forward. So I just move on to another very important challenge, and I'll discuss especially with the Roopali ma'am, because you have already, given the entrepreneurial education to the student. Very important, another very important stakeholder in this education fraternity, that is like our parents, right? How do we educate parents, right? And how do we, you can say, aware parent in terms of entrepreneurship? Because mainly in India, parents are more, you can say, focused on academics, marks and grades, right? How do we educate, how do we aware parents that the entrepreneurship is also very important and, important, you can say, element or important part of, you can say, education in the student life? How do we educate parents now? Roopali ma'am.
Yes, Kapil, I feel parents are the biggest challenge. Can you hear me, Kapil?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear a little bit. Your voice is a little bit breaking. Can you please come up again, ma'am?
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of sound.
Ma'am, you can do one thing. You can just switch off your webcam. So maybe there is a.
I hope I'm audible.
You're audible, ma'am. You can switch off your webcam. There is a lag in between. Maybe there is the network is not good at your end. You can switch off your webcam.
Video. If you switch
your
off
video.
your video.
Yeah, you can switch off your video.
Hello.
Ma'am, you can switch off your video. I think there is some network issue at the Roopali, ma'am.
Yes, Kapil, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear. Yeah. Hello. I think. Ma'am, you're audible, but your voice is breaking in between, ma'am. Your voice is breaking. There is a network issue at your end. So no problem, ma'am. I'll pass this question to anybody, Ardhana ma'am, Amta ma'am. So you can share your thoughts because we are just running out of time.
Yeah, I can say that students basically, they may face pressure from parents as well as from society. Why? Because pursuing traditional career paths are perceived as safer and more stable. And the fear of disappointing their families or not meeting the social expectations can deter the students from exploring entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is not everybody's cup of tea. You have to first make parents, like 2-3 days back, I had admission and the parent is telling me, ma'am, if my son is taking this particular stream, are you assuring me that he will get a job? So even parents have that back of mind ki if we are pursuing this career, are you giving the surety that he will 100% get job? So I said these days jobs are like, when it was our time, we had ki okay, you have 90%, you are in job, sure. But this time the things are not, times have changed. It is not your 90% now. It is how you sell yourself in the market, what skills you have, how you show yourself. So if your child has that, I'm giving you the guarantee, yes, he will get. So same way in entrepreneurship, parents even are little bit afraid because this is new path. Financial concern is there. You may get, you may not get. That fear is there. That stability is not there. Today, your business or whatever new venture you're starting, it's on a great height. Tomorrow, it may not be there. So everybody is afraid of that stability. And I suppose in India, we have that kind of a background. I suppose we are very happy if we are in government job. So once you have cracked an examination which gives you a stability or a government job, everybody आपके वो मिठाइयां बंटनी शुरू हो जाती है घर में कि इसको सरकारी नौकरी मिल गई है. So because wherever that risk of something losing is there, so even parents are worried.
Absolutely, ma'am. So that's the myth we need to change. So I'll again go back to Roopali, ma'am. If you have any other points, quickly just you can share regarding this challenge. If you are back, ma'am. Roopali, ma'am, are you able to listen? Okay, I think
I'm having some audio thing. I can't hear you very clearly, actually.
No problem. I think there's a network issue. No problem. So, ma'am, we are just.
If you can hear, I can speak.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Ardhana.
Parents, as far as parents are concerned, there's a quantum.
We are all talking about the challenges of parents about urban schools.
Sorry.
Let us a little shift to schools where we are talking about somewhere in some rural schools and all. When we are trying to bring this, incorporate this entrepreneurship, it in rural events which are there in your urban schools and all, it is easy. They are literates. But the literacy rate, what is there in your rural areas, will be a big challenge, and that will be a big drawback for our country. So implementing this and bringing change, it can happen at the urban level, but at the rural level, I think it is a big challenge. So
yeah, I think that's again a very debatable question, right? How we can,
something which will fetch them some earnings for them.
Yeah. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks. It's again a very debatable question regarding how we can implement entrepreneurial education at the rural area. So that we don't have that much time to discuss all such things. We are about to, at the closure of this panel discussion, ma'am. So, I just summarize it till now what we have done it, right? We discussed about how we can set up the entrepreneurial mindset in the school, and what is the right age to start entrepreneurial education. So exactly, there's no actually right age. As soon as possible, we need to start this education in the school. Then we discuss about the benefits of entrepreneurial education. We discuss about the challenges in terms of the role of a teacher, and we discuss about the teacher's training and the curriculum part also, right? It would be structured or unstructured. So we've got a very good insights from all the panelist members. So last 5 minutes, right? If all of you just give only one statement, a quick statement, your last thoughts that about entrepreneurial education, whatever you think regarding, how to set up and your last thoughts about entrepreneurial education. In just 5 minutes. Yeah.
Kapil, actually, who can change this mindset is the NEP, the government. Because if they change their assessment methods, everybody will change their mindset. Why is our mindset like that like this about government jobs and all that? Because, assessment. Everybody wants to get into IIT, engineering college, say, what is the method of assessment? All bookish knowledge. They have to crack one exam. A student takes 3 years off, cracks, his exam and gets into a job. Now, if they change the method of assessment, the society changes, the parents change, the teachers change, everybody changes. If they include entrepreneurship assessment in their assessment for all these jobs, which is direly needed. We have IAS officers who know nothing about the country because they've studied from books and they have, given the exams, have passed. So what are they going to do? How are they going to improve society? We have doctors, we have engineers, but beyond their profession, beyond their little, narrow paths, they know nothing. Now, if this race for IITs and IIMs based on only books is not there, these academies, this pressure on education will go away. And this is where you will find new talent coming in. The child may not be excellent at an academic subject, but can do, and this is what Shark Tank is about. It's not about only business. It is a mindset from where Indian Idol or whatever these programs, India's Got Talent. Where do children come from? They come from rural areas. They come from the pits, and yet how much they rise. So it's all likely to be discovered.
Very important point, ma'am. That assessment, and I just interfere here that we as a BrightCHAMPS, we are trying to do that, right? We are bringing entrepreneurial assessments in the schools that probably we can share later on. Amita ma'am, your thoughts at the last, before we wind up
we can say the future of this kind of education in school will require, I suppose, collaborative effort. And that will be between educational institutes, policymakers, industrial leaders, and this community. So by addressing the challenges and implementing these solutions, we can create more robust and inclusive entrepreneurial educational system that equips students with the skills and I suppose mindset necessary to thrive in the ever-changing world of business.
Great, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your and very important point you have raised. That's a collaboration between academia, industry leaders, even the government side as well. Roopali, last thought from your side, because I need to wind up the session. Last thought, just a couple of minutes. I think there is a network issue at the Roopali, ma'am. Thanks a lot, all your esteemed panel members, Ardhana, Mrs. Rana, Roopali, ma'am, and Dr. Amita. Thanks for your time and thanks for sharing very important insights regarding entrepreneurship education. And probably we'll look forward to meet you later on to discuss about the implementation of entrepreneurial education at your specific school premises. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you, Kapil. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving us at least this chance to share our views. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Have a great day, ma'am. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Same to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.